is I, Goo. I have taken over Goo headquarters. I am now the champion of the entire world. Yes. And I'm going to be mayor of Darkenhaven because I have eliminated Alphinius Goo. Yes, I have done it because that's the kind of snug that... Oh, never mind.
It's a shill.
It's a shill of a
You're
shell.
trying to frame...
It's a shill of a shell.
You're trying to frame Goo.
What? Who? Me? I would never do such a thing, Cameramendi. But the slug shall... Oh, excuse me. The snail shall not prevail. That is a slogan. Yes. The snail shall not prevail. My friends, hello! It is I, Alphinius Goo, here with the magnificent Andre'a Donny from Genghis Con. Say hello, Andre'a Donny.
Hello.
We can do better than that.
We can do better than that?
Yes, we can do way better than that.
Oh.
Drink more coffee. Yes.
Goo Morning.
Yes.
Hello.
We are very excited to have them on the show. We are going to tell some secrets of Genghis Khan, yes?
Yes.
Yes, we're going to tell some stories of strange happenings. This is what I understand, yes?
You know what? Captain Shenanigans liked that shenanigans so much, he gifted 5 Tier 1 subs.
Captain Shenanigan, I love you. and I love Goo's voice. Yes, Cameramendi,
That was definitely a choice. I don't know that is Goo's voice.
Yes, that is Goo's canon now.
I think he has a very deep and
Thank you.
authoritative
I appreciate
voice.
you, my dear. Yes,
It made it onto the stream. It's got to be canon.
It is now.
It was clearly Alphinius doing a terrible imitation.
It was a perfect imitation, Cameramendi.
No, he has a deep voice like this, and he talks with
Goo does
authority.
not have a D. Hello, I'm Goo. No, that's perfect for a snail. There's a little Tweety Bird in there, yes. A little bit of Sylvester the Cat, yes.
I'm not saying it's not a good voice. I'm just saying I'm not sure it's
Cameramendi, I'm Goo. Thank you for supporting me with your nefarious hatter. I would never have a chance without your nefarious hatter supporting me.
Listen, I got a message from Patrick yesterday, and I didn't have time to respond back to it because you guys have to understand how crazy yesterday was.
It was crazy.
It was a crazy day. But he asked, should I really be setting up for a debate with Alphinius Goo? How much time should I be investing? Are we actually doing a debate?
Listen, I don't want Patrick to destroy himself doing this, but he is definitely getting many shenanigan points. But I've noticed that Harry has jumped into the fray, right? Of course, Chet Minton with his magnificent,
Yes.
that was a very significant shenanigan point drop.
You know what? I'm really curious if there's someone in this chat who has not actually been in the Gooey Game Master's Den of Enlightenment.
They're like, what the hell is going on?
Yes. We'll go over it later in the show. But
also, this is important too, because Geeky has jumped into the fray. Michelle has jumped into the fray. Others are jumping into the fray. So if you want to get in on the Goo shenanigans and get a chance to win a shenanigan award, you might want to just jump on in, because there's lots of people commenting. By the way, Cameramendi, it is nice for poor old Alphinius to know that there actually are some people that like him.
I will only say this, that you started winning in the poll only after you went and posted a butthurt post.
I said, I can't believe I'm losing to a mollusk.
Yes.
That's a very reasonable thing.
He went on and whined and got all the pity votes.
Why is there an election?
I don't, because apparently Patrick said that the mayor of Darkenhaven, right, which Carrie has now brought this to the fray now too,
Yes.
because the mayor of Darkenhaven did not, Gillian Ambrecht. Okay, she did not resign. She's saying this is all propaganda by the Hatters. Yes. Trying to take over Darkenhaven.
We're not trying to take over Darkenhaven.
Their snail shell of a candidate. It's
goodness.
slimy tactics, I tell you. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
I think we froze. Hold on, we might be frozen.
Frozen?
Well, my Twitch stream is frozen.
Hold on, are we frozen?
Can you guys hear us at least?
What is the Twitch stream saying?
I did-
I put it away.
Oh, you put it away.
Hope we see. Oh, no, they said that it's still going. I don't know
It's
why
still
mine
going.
is frozen.
Good. We won't even worry about it. So,
Okay.
Cameramendi, you'll just have to deal with it as best as you can.
That's fine. That's how
Anyway,
that's how
my
I do
friends,
it in life.
it
Okay,
is
go ahead.
magnificent to have you here. We are very excited for Genghis Con coming up on February
15th.
That's right, because it's a week earlier this year.
Yep.
15th, 16th, 17th,
18th.
right around Valentine's Day. A perfect romantic getaway for you and the one you love. Yes.
As long as they're nerds.
Hey, you got to be a nerd. Yeah. If you ain't no nerd, you ain't going to have no good time. It's going to be terrible, right?
But wouldn't it be fun if you were like dating someone to like go test the waters there to see if they're actually like a gamer?
We never did that.
So there's a perfect opportunity to do that because
Yes.
there's sip and paints, there's different kinds of side quests that people can go on together and
That
do
are
things
nerd
together.
related.
That's nerd adjacent.
Yeah.
I think, Mandy, we
Yes.
need to do something at the game show where we do something about love.
I thought you were hosting the game show as Alfabio.
Which
would-
makes it, that's right.
That's pretty lovable.
God. I need to get one of those body shirts with the painted on muscles.
Okay. We can do that.
Doable.
Look, guys,
Do they make them in my size?
here's the deal. I want you to actually message me, private message me, because I know some people might not want to hurt your feelings, and tell me if it would be insufferable for the game show to be hosted by Alfabio. And if I get no messages,
No, listen.
Yes.
If people, I'm, you know how I am. I'm
Yeah.
up for whatever they want to do. And I think it'd be fun to do Fabio, you know. And
It
I
would
think
be a
Brad,
blast.
I think Brad might be showing up again. Yes, Brad. Yes, with the surprising costume that he wore the last time. So there might be 2 Alfabios on the show. Anyway, let us get to the matter at hand.
Michelle does say it would be insufferable, but then Pam says we want Alfabio. We might just have to do a poll in the den.
Well, you know, Alfabio has a much better voice than Alphinius. I have said it many times before.
I know where to get some pink dye for my beard.
Oh,
There might be a
look-
really
oh,
jacked
oh,
looking
and she's
Alfabio.
already right there. Yes, yes.
Alfabia.
You're Alfabia. Oh my! Are you in the chat that just heard Alfabia? That does not exist. It is not canon. This is the lady Andre'a Arnold, and it is Andrea in our world, and she is a mage of significant power. And this is Commander Donald Arnold, who also is a significant personage in the land of Zyathé, a commander of a ship, and together they travel the waves. She in charge of security, he in charge of making sure the ship gets there. Yes, featured here in the original Peculiar Brews, and also soon to be featured in the Mornwood campaign and the marvelous Blood for the Con. Yes, right here. Here, hold that. It's you. Hold that. It's you. And some other nameless person next to you. You have a nameless dwarf.
I mean, they have names. They're on the back of the cards. It's actually one of the really cool features about Gooey Cube portraits. If you turn it around, there are names and descriptions. So if anyone's just watching, we do name our NPCs and have
they're not
conveniently
nameless. They
located
were just
information.
nameless for this purpose. Right now. Excellent commercial, Cameron.
No problem, no
Excellent
problem.
commercial working right there. All right, let us get to the matter at hand because we have dilly-dallied. First of all, tell us about this dice game. We must know. This is something you have made.
Yes. It's called Genghis Con, the dice game.
It's really hard to remember.
We've
I
struggled.
literally almost spit my coffee. Oh, it went up my nose.
You know, some people, might recognize some of the rules. I know that, they're printed right on the back.
That is the basic rules for the game.
It is a dice stealing game. You roll cons, you steal other people's dice. The person with all of the dice at the end is the winner.
Is the winner.
So 2 wheat equal 1 sword person.
Con.
That's the con.
Oh, that's the con.
That's
so
the
the
con.
con.
So a con equals 2 wheat.
So a
con
con
equals 2
Con
wheat.
can steal 2 single wheats. It can steal 1 bushel.
Oh, a
1
bushel
pig.
wheat.
One
Oh, a con
pig.
can steal a pig.
And
Yes.
a con.
Ha-ha.
But it takes 2 cons to steal a cow.
Okay,
cons
listen,
to
I want
steal
to
a
do
cow.
something with this. That basically means that the con can whoop the cow, or the con can whoop the wheat, the con can whoop the pig.
Your job is to feed your
So
con.
we could add the con whooping the snail, too, if we wanted
We
to.
could.
Yes, we could
We
do a
could.
special edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Replace the pig with the snail.
We could do that.
So a question from Pam. Does that mean that the winner is the con?
Oh, yes. And if you lose, after
No.
you've won, you're the ex-con.
The winner is the con of cons.
Oh, the con. All right, so let us see how it goes. So do we all get a die? How many do we get?
You
So,
split it evenly.
so
with
if there's
however
3 of
many
us,
people.
there's 24 dice.
All
You'll
right,
have
there's 24
8.
dice.
You'll have.
Cameraman, people
8.
won't be able to see the dice.
I can come grab it and put it close to the camera.
We got a whole nother box
Yeah.
for you.
Oh,
Yeah, come. Okay.
Yeah, let me grab this really quickly and I'll show it.
All right,
after you
so
guys are
people
done.
can see it up close, because that's good. That would be cool. All right, so now what we do is,
Everybody rolls at the same
everybody,
time.
so it's like Liar's Dice. So can we do booze along with this
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Camera Mendy. See, I'm already doing that because I have
So-
scotch every morning. Yeah,
Ooh. Pretty dice. It is glorious.
camera Mandy acting like Vanna White right now.
Clicky clap. Clicky
And
clap
then we've got the player 1 token here.
is the lid to the box.
It's the lid to the box, so it'll have the name of the game and then the player 1 token. You could be player 1.
So is that you get to so that whoever wins the round gets the token.
No, it goes in a
It
circle.
just goes in a circle. So we all roll dice at the same
So
time.
roll
All
dice.
right.
Roll.
Ready?
Because you're player 1,
Group your dice.
group your dice by the types that they are.
All right, I got 3 pigs,
Keep 3 pigs,
a
cows.
con, 3 cows, and a bushel.
So take your player 1, so your con gets to choose,
Who I want to rip
Steal.
off from.
and other players should help. She doesn't have any single wheat. I have a bunch of single wheat, so you could use your 1 con to steal
To get
2 of my
double
dice.
wheats.
Yep.
So you grab my 2
Are
dice.
the points different for each one of them,
you
or
just
it's
get
just
all the
it's just
dice.
so it's really simple. This
Yeah.
this is definitely a drinking game.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
ready.
Yeah.
All right, so I could take a pig.
No, no.
Or I could take a wheat.
You take mine.
Or I
you
take
take somebody else's. You use your con.
And do I trade you?
You steal.
Steal 'em.
Oh, and it goes into the pot.
It's
Mine,
yours.
so you can't
Yeah.
take it back
Correct.
again.
So you're player 1. It goes in a circle. Now she's going to choose from other people to steal from.
have
She has
2 cons.
She has 2 cons.
She has double con.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take 2 of your pigs.
It's like that, huh?
And I have no
It could have been
cons.
snails.
He has no cons.
He has no cons.
I have
You're
no cons.
conless.
Yes. So we move the player 1 token to the next player.
All right.
All of your dice
And
go
all,
together.
all including the ones that
Yep.
are stolen?
Yep.
How do we keep track of what we stole?
Doesn't matter.
You just keep them all. You're trying to get them all.
Oh, until you get a full steal of
Everybody.
Oh,
everybody's
you
dice.
can do it. All right, I'm ready. All right, there's a bushel, couple of. So it's like you need a bunch of cons, and once
Yes.
you get
Yep.
a bunch of cons, you're in great shape.
And there's a fun little
So you
rule.
could do points if you wanted to.
You could. That we've taken this out to bars and had people play it and just handed it to them and watched them play it, and they've given us feedback of, oh, we made it more complicated by doing this, and I was like,
Honestly, this is a little better than Liar's Dice, tell you the truth, especially if player 1 has to take a shot.
right?
All right, so I got 2 cons.
So, but I go first because I have the first player.
Oh yes,
token.
you're the first player, so you get to pick first.
So I have 2 cons. I'm gonna steal a bushel from him, and I'm gonna steal a pig from
Okay.
you.
Yeah, so we very much could be doing points right now, which would be fun too.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
like that a
I've
lot.
got 2 cons, so I'm going to steal.
A pig in a bushel.
Pig in a bushel.
Pig in a bushel. All right, and I have 2 cons.
So
I can take 2 cows.
1
or-
cow.
Or
you
one.
only take 1 cow, but I have 2 singles. So I would take that.
See, it takes 2 cons to
I
steal
get it
1
to
cow.
a single cow. All right,
This
that's
is-
fine with me.
This
Hand it
is
the-
take those,
All right,
and then I would take a bushel.
all right, there it
And then
is.
it's
So 1 con takes 2 of the singles, and 1 con takes a bushel.
Right, following that, 1 con takes the singles. Right, 1 con takes the bushel because it's a bushel of wheat. All right, so now so there's no effect on that because we haven't gotten there yet. All right. Damn it, no cons.
Yeah, that's kind of the theme of the game. No cons.
It's a sad state of affairs for me right now.
It is.
I'm sure F. Goo had something to do with it.
See, I'll
He's affecting my dice while he's going along.
I'm just going to try to wipe you out of the game as fast as I can by
Oh,
stealing.
so you team up on me, and then you get me out, then you go against each other.
Yes.
There, that makes sense,
That's it.
in eminent sense.
That's the,
So,
that's the premise.
That's pretty much the
That's
premise of the
awesome.
game.
Except there is a fun rule at the end. So if I'm down to
Oh
like
yeah.
2 or
Let's say
I'm-
you've got 1 die left.
All right, I got one
and
left.
I've
It's the
got-
end of the game.
It's the end of the game.
F.
And I-
Goo has been
and
messing with my.
I've got all of this, but you still have 1. If you roll a con,
Yes.
you're still in it, and you can take an entire group. From
Oh,
me.
if you have a ton of cows, I can take a ton of
You can take
cows.
all
Ton
of
of
them.
pigs, I can take it.
Yep.
Come on, con. No, I'm
right?
out. I
then you're out.
lose.
Yes.
I'm the big loser.
But if you had rolled a con and she had rolled a bunch of wheat, you just take
all of it.
all of it.
even if it's 8, you take them all.
That's the good
So-
drinking rule. I love that. All right, let us get to the matters at hand, which we'll
Okay,
discuss.
well, before we move on from that, we had some questions about how they can get this game.
There will be 100 copies of this game at Genghis Con.
You made a choice there to only do 100. Make it really exclusive.
Exclusive.
I know, you're gonna have to get that like Thursday or Friday if you want to set, I feel.
Are we giving one away at the game show?
We can do that.
Are
Really?
you sure? I will pay for it.
We can do that.
So the price point of these is very, very low. I mean, because it's handmade, handcrafted,
And 6 individual-sided dice.
yeah, individually
Custom.
side. So we're selling it for $35.
Yes.
Which sounds like a lot for a game. that
Not
you
to
can-
me. I know how much dice are.
Right.
But we've had people say, I want to buy 2. I want 2 copies.
Because we've modified rules, but so it comes with, the rules are basically on the box. There's also a little note card that has a little bit more in depth that goes on the inside. But I just love being able to go to somebody who's not a nerd. This is a gateway drug.
So I have a dear friend, John.
Gateway drug to gaming.
Yes.
John, who runs Roll for Initiative, and they make dice, right?
Yeah.
And he has always been very good to me and helped us. He made us the Gooey dice the first time we went around.
Yeah.
And I know the cost of making one large 20-sided dice.
Yeah.
They are not cheap.
No.
Dollars, not pennies.
Correct.
Right? Now, you do thousands upon thousands of them, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
But you do small numbers, there's no way. It's
Yeah.
very, I can see how it could be expensive.
Well,
So
and
we were testing it, and so
yeah, these were all made through Q Workshop. I posted some of the pictures in the Gooey Game Masters Den of Enlightenment when we first started doing it last year. And
You should do it again. Will you do it again as we get it closer to Genghis Con?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
beautiful. Keep going,
yeah.
keep going.
So it's taken us a while to get everything together, and we've finalized the rules. We've had a lot of help from a lot of different game designers who've just offered their expertise. You know, we said, hey, here's our rule set that fits on 2 sides of a card, just so that people can get it. You know, what are the words, the terminology? And I think when we do sell them, to answer the question, we're probably going to limit them to 25 per day, 25 Thursday, 25 Friday, 25 Saturday, 25 Sunday. That way, everybody that comes to Genghis Con has an opportunity to get some, and there's not just a full run of people coming on Thursday, because give everybody an opportunity to do so.
That is fair.
Yep.
Okay, but I will say from the chat, a lot of people would like to buy them online, and people want to do pre-orders. So maybe consider at some point just like expanding it and getting a second way.
Take orders at the convention.
Oh, that's a good
Right?
idea.
You know, that's what we're going to be doing for Darkenhaven. Excuse me, for Gloomport. We think we've got a good chance of having Darkenhaven available at the convention.
Ooh, that's a month away.
Month and a week. It'll be close. It'll be close. We might have a copy that people can look at.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
So we think we're going to be really close with
might be
that,
able
and
to
we're
do
going to take pre-orders for that for people who want to do that. And of course, we have to still talk about the sequel, Revenge of the Con. Yes.
yes.
The second part of the trilogy or quadrilogy or however damn long we keep it going. Yes.
I'm here for
Don't
it.
forget the prequels.
Yes, of course we got to do the prequels. What happened before? Yes. All right. So this sword is.
This is the sword that goes to the con of the con.
So we'll give everybody time in the chat to yell con.
Con! Or you could do like Kirk. Con!
And I am not ever going to be a con, and neither is Donny. That's part of the rules. So we've been asked how we came up with Con of the Con, and we've been asked what the rules are to become Con of the Con. So
I know the first rule, that if you are the con, you have to hold the sword up like this.
yeah,
Totally cool.
That is
Because if
true.
that's the brand. Yes,
Yeah.
that's
It
the
is.
look. Yes, very good.
So we wanted to honor people who don't necessarily get honored all the time.
Yeah. Be frank. Let everyone know.
And
Those
thought about it. Those who
bring
have-
special things
yeah,
to the
and
to the
so,
convention.
like our first con was Joe Thomas, and everybody has seen Joe. Everybody knows Joe, but not everybody knows Joe,
Yeah.
right? But he's one of the guys who makes sure that everybody who sits at his table feels welcomed. He would go to gaming stores and run for kids and for grown-ups, and he'd be like, "Oh, you need me to do something? I'm right there," right? So rule number 1 is be an awesome human.
Yeah.
And rule number 2 is be an advocate for gaming. And we like hockey, and we wanted somebody to have something that would honor them, hopefully for decades to come.
Yes.
And so the cons' names are engraved,
Are engraved on the sword.
like the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's magnificent. That is wonderful.
It is the Stanley Cup of nerds.
The Stanley Cup of Nerds.
I love
Yes.
that.
We would also call it the Super Bowl trophy for those of you football lovers, right? And I guess whatever it is, the World Series trophy, right? If you're a baseball person, right?
I don't know what it's called.
Yes.
But we don't pick the con. We picked the first
Right,
one.
the cons.
The ex-cons, they've called themselves. They have created a conclave, and the ex-cons pick the next con and tell us who
I'm
it
sure
is.
there's a lot of concentration that
There
goes on
is.
as they try to pick the con, yes?
Yes.
And some convincing.
Yes, and consideration.
Yeah.
Keep going, chat. You got this. Yes.
So one of our amazing people, our most amazing people, Casey
Yes, Casey.
got to be Con of the Con 2 years ago.
Yes.
And it was the most touching moment.
It was.
It was because it happened live on the Gooey Game Master Son of Enlightenment. Sorry, what am I talking about?
It was on the Gooey
The game
Game
show.
The Gooey Game Show. They're all gooey.
Everything is gooey around
Sorry, I
here.
was getting
I
emotional
hope you
thinking
wiped
about
off
how
your-
No, I get it.
beautiful
I
was.
get it.
Wipe off
I
your
tear
chairs
up.
before you sat
I
down.
tear up every
Did
time.
you wipe off
Yeah.
your chair before
Now
you
I'm
sat?
fine with being gooey.
Nice. Air high five, yes, it's very good. Okay, keep going, cameraman.
Anyway, it was an amazing moment, and Casey was the Con of the Con, and Casey is someone most people know just because he puts together so much of our gaming, and anyway, it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment. And then last year, another gooey person, Laura
Laura.
got
Marvelous.
Con of the Con, and I'm very curious to see who this year it's going to be.
Yeah, it's
so,
exciting when you ponder it, yes.
I am too, because they haven't told me yet either.
Oh.
So
I know.
one of the best
Oh, you know?
moments about Casey becoming Con
Uh-huh.
was he was in persona. He was walking the stage,
Torlock.
Torlock.
Silverball.
Yes.
and then when he heard his name, things changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And haha, Mandy, you cried because I cried.
Oh my
I
God,
cried.
I was
I
so.
cried.
Oh, no, there was people
Yeah.
tearing up all over the place.
Oh yeah. No, it is one of the things to me that I love about Genghis is that we get to make people feel important,
Yeah.
and especially for people who do so much in the background. Like Joe does so much in the background. Sarah, she basically was, the backbone to DDAL. And I have cool stories that I can tell about all of the cons and how they've just made everybody feel welcome to gaming. But nobody ever says thank you. And so that's, for me, it's getting to say thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's marvelous. It's just so a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I think about, just from you all, I mean, I get messages consistently from gooey people who have come and really love it, right? And they're coming back, right? Which is the true proof of the pudding, right?
Yes.
The proof of the pudding is not that you'll come one time and say it was great. The proof of the pudding is that you'll come a second time and a third time and come. And I know there's a fairly number of gooey people now who just plan it. They want to come every year, right? And can't wait to see you. Those of you who are able to come. Oh, cameraman, you just messed up something right there.
I didn't
Did you
mess
see
up
that? We all turned
anything.
into ghosts.
Remember, people can't see what you see.
Oh, they can't see what we see on the TV?
Yeah,
How do I know that?
because I'm watching the stream.
Oh, so you could do all kinds of weird things and I would never know.
No, you would know, but they wouldn't know. It's
Okay.
behind the scenes.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm not really seeing what they're seeing. So you could do things to what they're seeing that I wouldn't see. Is that correct or is that not correct?
No, you will see everything because you have a monitor that's connected to my computer.
So you couldn't do sneaky, nasty things to me.
I don't.
You regularly
But
do.
should I? Like,
You are running a snail against me for the
I
mayorship
did
of
not.
Dockenhaven.
I did not start this.
You are involved, Cameron Mendy. I'm sure there was behind the scenes
I have only
action.
full-heartedly put my support behind someone I find to be a very capable mollusk. So,
Mollusk.
Mollusk.
It's a mollusk. Don't call me a mollusk. I'm a mollusk.
oh my gosh.
All right. Tell us the most juicy secret from the times of Genghis Khan. One good one.
One good secret?
There's got to be, or a tale, or
Get back on the Wayback Train.
The Wayback Train?
Yeah.
there's something happening here.
Which one?
15 years ago, Wayback Train?
Tomb of the Mud God?
No, the other one.
The other one, the Tomb of the Mud God, sounds like it's dirty. You see what I did there?
Actually, it's pretty slick.
Oh, very,
Night Train.
it's slimy like the mollusk.
Oh, yes.
So, I've been going to Genghis Con, for 23 years now. I haven't missed one. Even the one that didn't happen still happened.
It's true.
But about 15 years ago, I had been running. It's a adventure called Night Train, and spoiler alert: bad things happen in this little dusty town. That it can be quite gruesome. And my goal, because the author John Goff, he made it one of the deadliest adventures that you could run in the Wild
TPK.
West. It's supposed to be a total party kill, much like Tomb of Horrors and
Yes.
anything like that. And And so I kind of made it a little over the top with the descriptions of gore, the things that would happen, the aspect of horror, because you're, some cowboys, preachers, saloon gals, folks like that in the 1800s in the world of Deadlands. And a train rolls in at midnight, and things come off of the train.
And it's bad news.
It's very, very bad
Oh,
news.
they are not necessarily just bad cowboys.
They're creatures of the night.
Yes.
And so things can
Creature
get...
of the... See, if we were really good, cameraman, you'd switch right now to Tim Curry.
It's a good thing that we're
Creature
just
of the
like a
night.
low budget production. So
Keep going.
I don't
So the
have it queued up. I'm sorry.
So the creatures of the night have gotten
They
off the
would
night
come
train.
out and they would steal the people and they'd take them back to the train and hang them on hooks.
And
I got pretty grisly in my descriptions, and Friday night rolls around, and Friday night's usually like the big one, where I have the most players. I have 8 players around the table. Most people that have done it before want to do it again. But I had these 2 preteen girls come to the table, and their father...
You're saying kids.
11 and I would say 13-ish.
Okay, so they're right there. They're in the PG-13 realm, yes.
Okay, but not with meat hooks.
And their father said, "Hey, these girls kind of know what they're doing, so it's okay."
It's okay.
And I thought, no, I'm really going to tone this down. I'm going to make it like,
PG-13.
when somebody gets attacked, they get, chocolate comes out of them or something. Something sweet, I really just don't want to go over the top with the gory descriptions because these 2 girls are there. So, fast forward through the adventure. These girls are kind of talkative and stuff. Dad kind of warns me that, they're boisterous.
He says good luck.
And he says, good luck. Yeah.
That's way worse than they're kind of boisterous.
Yeah. And they were kind of boisterous, and I didn't quite understand what was happening when it started happening. Midnight happens. The posse, the good guys, the players,
Yes.
they had taken care of a little bit of business. There was a lynching that was going to happen in town, and they stopped it.
Oh, they
Heroes.
Oh, very good. I love heroes.
And so then the whistle blows, and it's an eerie whistle, long. And this train comes into town. And it's just full of cattle cars with no windows in it. And the doors open, and out come running vampires. Spoiler alert, if anybody's not run the adventure in the last 25 years. These 2 girls their descriptions of what their characters were doing, who they were using as a human shield, which innocent bystander they were using to sacrifice to save themselves, and they just went...
So they went all the way to the deep end.
Oh, they did.
Oh, they did.
Here you thought you were getting Twilight.
Yeah, right. He was doing Twilight. They were doing Kill 'Em.
Oh yeah, no, they were all in the descriptions and everything.
And that was kind of the night where I learned something about my own game from these kids. They taught me that I always want to make sure that there's dynamite somewhere in that town.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all they were looking for.
Dynamite.
And that was the way that they knew that they weren't going to defeat the train, but the only way to save the town was to eliminate the source of evil.
Yes.
And everybody else.
Whatever they needed to do, they were
Yes.
going to deal with it.
They wanted to leave a smoldering hole in the ground.
Used to be
great
what was the
personal
name of the
cost.
town?
Varney Flats.
Barney Flats.
Varney Flats. Well, when you're a kid, we all know this, right? Most of us have grown up with great imaginations, right? But nothing like when we were young, right?
Right.
And if you can remember back that far, it's a long way from me, right? It's a long, long way.
Yeah.
But I was reminded this week, tragically, and for me, very touching, because Janelle Jaquays, of course, passed away, and without a doubt, the adventure that took me over the top when I was 15, 16, I can't remember exactly when it was, 17, something. I played other games before, but the one that truly hooked me on this magnificent TTRPG journey that I've been on for my whole life was Dark Tower. And Dark Tower was so ahead of its time. If you looked at Dark Tower from Judges Guild at that time, and you looked at the other adventures that were being published by whomever, it doesn't matter who authored them, they had a different formula. Janelle had this wonderful, wonderful formula that really made it a much more wonderful, amazing tale. All
Yeah,
right?
and the artwork too.
Magnificent.
Like Dragon Mountain, by far one of my favorites.
Yes, yes, yes. And the Caverns of Thracia, if you remember that one, right? But anyway, just I'd be remiss if I didn't say I think we're doing something to help a little bit. Laura is.
Yes.
Laura is doing that. Can I speak to this, or do you?
You
want to-
can't.
No, you
The
should
con?
speak. No, you should speak to it.
Laura, our current con, of course.
Yes,
this
you
is
should
the,
speak
this
to
is
this.
the kind of thing that cons do.
Con.
Go!
This is the kind of thing that cons do. She messaged me and she said that she would like to put together a game or something for Janelle.
Yes.
And I was like, yes. And that was all I said. So she's running with it, and I'm here to support in the background and give her a space or time or whatever she needs to make sure that can happen.
And it's to help Becky
Yeah, we
cover the
help
bills
Rebecca.
with
Yes.
Janelle. Yep.
Yes, that's the goal. We're going to help.
Yeah.
So, so Laura, magnificent, and Janelle, rest in peace. We will miss you greatly. So, sorry to be a little bit of a downer, but I think we needed to.
I agree.
Say, you know what I'm saying? This is just another one of the wonderful talents that helped make the foundation for
Right.
everything we enjoy today.
Yeah.
You know, a creative writer and artistry, and I mean just the whole package of amazing skill. And if you've never played Dark Tower, if you've never played it, you need to play it. I promise you. Even today, it is incredibly relevant and magnificent. And I think it was redone by Goodman, or was it Goodman? Who redid it? Somebody redid it.
Whoever picked up all the Judges Guild stuff, and I think that was good.
I think it was Goodman, and they redid it. And I think you can still get it.
Yep.
Yeah, really, really magnificent. A great tale. All right, so tell us more. So tell us tell us when Genghis Con is, how many days, kind of what's going on. Can we do that? And then we'll go to another secret.
Well, I have to look at the Gooey Game Master's Den of Enlightenment to find what the countdown is.
That's right.
Because the countdown is in there.
Yeah. February 15th.
Yes, and tell us about all the activities. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. There are, as of yesterday, I think 532 games on the schedule.
Wow. Is that the most ever, or close to the most ever?
I think I'm at most ever.
Wow. Wow.
We missed out, I think. I mean, the con missed out on a number of people that were the latecomers, the day ofs, because they look at the schedule.
It's so full.
It was 0 of 8 seats, 0 of 6 seats, 0 of 4 seats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's nothing.
People are like, "There's
Nothing
no more games."
available. There's no more games. I don't want to just come walk around. But we told them, just come walk around.
Yeah, because you get into games.
Yeah.
It does happen, right?
Yeah.
All right, so 532 you said?
Something close to that. Every day I get 5 or 10 more, and I'm still scheduling and
All
scheduling
right.
and scheduling, and I love it.
And the Gooey Game Show is on Thursday night at 7 o'clock?
Thursday night at 7, and unfortunately, it's not the easiest thing to find in the search. So if you want to get a ticket, which I know you guys do, get a ticket for the game show, go to the Gooey Cube 5e events, and then search for Thursday at 7. And that's the best way it pops, because the TTE search function,
So if you type in Gooey Game Show, it doesn't show up?
it
If
may
you type
not
in-
show up. And if you type just game show, it may not show up. But if you go to the Gooey Cube events, Thursday at 7, it will show up.
I've also been linking it directly in our newsletter.
Awesome.
Yes,
So-
and they're going to also, Donny and Andrea are going to send out an email, and we should do that again in our newsletter as well. And then, because I think we've only got 40, 50 tickets sold
Yeah.
so far, so that's unusual.
It is unusual.
Right, so we'll see. And if you've come before, it's a pretty fun time. And
is.
and you win stuff.
Well, and it's when we announce the next con.
I know, and this damn Alfabio apparently is showing up, right? This is going to be really weird.
It is. I'm here for it.
Maybe we can get the snail to announce the con.
Damn it. And now, the con of the con,
Maybe
the
not.
most
Maybe
special,
not. Yeah, maybe
amazing
not.
person we've ever known, voted on by all the ex-con, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
So it occurred to me, you can't see the screen of the television, but I did put escargot, Patrick's,
Well done.
Patrick's request
Oh, you popped up escargot at that exact moment.
over your
Over your
face.
face.
Oh, that's just really uncool.
So Anyway, but I was like, wow, he's really not noticing. And then I just realized that you can't actually.
Yeah, I can't
the
see that.
television.
Remember, this is what I said. You can do things to me that I wouldn't know about, and I'm really disturbed by it.
That's what you were talking about.
Yes, very, very uncool.
I see. I'm sorry.
So it's 4 days.
4 days.
Thursday night.
Starts Thursday morning.
Oh, that's right, because you got pre-gaming stuff. Well, we actually have a Wednesday night party, which you all need to come to. Yes,
We have our own Wednesday night party because
We're taping the floor for the vendor hall. That's our party.
and the special guests that like
Yeah.
to show up early.
Oh, and all that.
Yeah.
So some of our special guests, they're coming in
Tuesday and Monday. To
Monday and
ski.
Tuesday to go
I do
skiing.
know that people are skiing. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. The snow is beautiful right now.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So, yeah. So, I think the first game I have on the schedule is actually Thursday at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Which is a massive transition from years past. Years past, we would have maybe 100 people come on a Thursday, and now it's Thursday feels like a Friday.
Yes, it's part of the thing.
It's part of the thing. So it's a full 4 days. We have the Wyoming Gaming Library is bringing their board game library and people to help teach those games. I'm also bringing the Gamer Girl Games Library.
Yes.
So I think between the two libraries, there'll be 600 or so board games
that's
that people
beautiful.
can borrow. If there's a board game that you want to have in the library, let me know. We'll do what I can to get a copy of it.
All right.
That means I'll do what I can. That's what
This is
that's
called-
what I do.
This is called passing the buck. The Lady Andrea passes it to the commander. Get it done, commander.
There's some truth to that. There's some
All right,
truth to
so
that.
so Thursday night at 7 o'clock the game
Thursday
show.
night, 7 o'clock is
And
the
then they
game
game how long after that?
show. It has become close to a 24-hour convention for those who want to do that.
Now, methamphetamine is not good for you.
No.
So avoid that at all costs. But coffee ain't bad.
Coffee works. A couple of Red Bulls, whatever. I mean, I think I have a game starting at 11. Games like Clock Tower, Blood on the Clock Tower.
Blood on the Clock Tower.
Blood on the Clock Tower. Werewolf is always there. Alice is Missing is typically a late night game.
I think Midnight Magic, the Gathering,
Yeah.
is happening.
Yeah.
It's not on the schedule, but it's happening. So bring your commander decks.
People are sitting in the hallways and playing.
And of course, we're doing the Gooey After Dark, which I'm
Yes.
going to let Camera Mandy talk about. But Camera Mandy, when you talk about Gooey After Dark, I want you to switch to you.
Okay, so my camera is not currently working, so I can go move.
This is definitely a low budget production.
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
I'm not sure what happened, but sometime but I'll figure it out later.
Maybe
But
you just put a picture of you over him while you're talking.
oh, I know. Yeah, I
That'd be really
should.
weird.
Clever. Yeah. Anyway.
So, okay, just go ahead.
Gooey
We'll,
After-
we'll make funny faces while you do it. Yes, so.
Yes, Gooey After Dark is a series of events that are happening at evening time. So instead of running games in our individual games in our gaming room, we're going to be having huge community events. Obviously, the first one it starts with is the Great Gooey Dungeon Game Show, which will also be live streamed for anyone who can't make it to
And you can win prizes on the live stream.
Yes.
So everybody remember that. You can play.
And
You actually have a player who's assigned to you. So
the
it's
grand
really
prize, we do 2 grand prizes. We do one for the online stream and one for the in-person, and it's a $200 gift card to gooeycube.com. So definitely not something to snuff your nose at if you like Gooey Cube stuff.
Did you say snuff your nose?
Is that not the right word?
I've never heard of snuff your nose.
Snub?
Snub your
Snub
nose
your
is what
nose.
I
Thank
think
you.
of. Yes. Snuff is a different thing. It makes you sneeze.
Yes.
Yes, chat, have fun with that one.
that's
Camera
hilarious.
Mandy's, one of her campaign promises for the snail is that everyone will have their noses snuffed.
You're right.
Yes.
It is called snuff.
That sounds
isn't
like
it?
drugs.
It is
It
drugs.
does sound like drugs.
It is drugs. I think it's like the Victorian way that bring my
Powdered-
snuff.
Powdered
It
tobacco.
was powdered
Yeah.
tobacco. Give them the buzz.
Yeah,
Total
you see, so
buzz.
it works. It works, and I'm sticking to it.
Camera Mandy, the
Don't do
pusher
drugs.
man.
Don't do drugs, kids. No, I'm just kidding.
So
Anyway.
snuff your nose.
Anyway, so yeah,
All right, so we got
$200
Gooey
gift
Game
card.
Show, $200 gift
Gift
card,
card.
chat, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay. Then on Friday night, we have casino night, which is not an official casino night. It's just called that because it's in the
Well, it's the
Because it makes sense.
It's Hanata's games,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
We have some marvelous
fantasy
games.
casino night, and we will
Yes.
have prizes for that as well.
And
But there's no
it's-
cash prizes.
And we're playing games from the deck of Perilous Fortuity.
Yes, yes.
We might have Kismia's Wheel in there.
We're
yes?
figuring out,
Yes.
Casey is working on that, and he's doing a great job. And then on Saturday night, we have Goo Done It, which is a LARP light. Just to be clear, you do not have to come in any kind of costume.
But it would be cool if you
would be
did.
really cool.
yeah, it would be cool. If you guys could show up as your characters,
I-
that would be really
we-
fun.
What night is that?
That's
Saturday.
Saturday night at Yeah. So
And plus, there's going to be drinking involved.
there will be a bar. I think there will be a bar
Yeah,
outside.
There'll be a bar.
Yeah.
And there'll definitely be a
I can make another
bar.
thumb jump out of this
There's a
thumb.
double thumb.
Double
Yes.
thumb.
It's like this, yes.
So there will be a
Drinking
bar
cosplay
also at
on there.
Casino Night, and you guys do a really cool thing on Friday nights, which is if you buy a drink from the bar, you
Yes.
get a poker
Custom
chip.
poker chip.
But if you do get a poker chip, you can actually play that in our games to double any bet. So
Oh, fun.
it could be a
Perfect.
very powerful.
Yeah,
powerful
that is
thing.
the point of those poker chips, is
Yeah.
to sway the game to your favor.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed. Move it in your direction.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm really excited. And so anyway, Goo Done It, a LARPing Light event, a murder mystery event, and it'll be Game Master.
Set in Zyathé, so
Yes,
it's
set
not
in
like
Zy-
it's not like other. It's a fantastical murder.
Yeah, it's
mystery,
actually
yes?
set in the
Yes.
Carnival. It's set in Carnival.
Yes, set in Carnival.
The Game Masters are going to be me as Mira Mandy, my brother Lawrence, who plays a Garoon, so he's going to be very blue. Adam is going to, my husband Adam is going to be GMing, Star as Brina, Corey as Lookabutt, and Casey as Torlock Silvermaw. So
Yes.
you're going to be interacting with
With the
people who
three
are
of us
characters.
as, what do you call us, side questers.
Yeah, people who can throw wrenches into the plan,
Yes.
or help you along, depending on. Yes. So that's going to be a really fun event. And then lastly, on Sunday night, I know a lot of people end up leaving a little bit early, but we do have our fireside chat with Alphinius Goo, with like some libations up in the lounge on the second floor, and I think they call it drinking and GM tips with Alphinius
Yes.
Goo.
And we're also doing the one game for all of the people who helped us so much with the big pledges, right, for the Kickstarter. Yes, so we're doing that. as
So we
well.
have 2 games
Yeah, the
for
2 games,
that.
actually,
So there
yes,
was a
right.
tier on the Kickstarter for the $750 tier for a game with Alphinius, and so we have one going on Friday, like morning into afternoon, and then one Saturday afternoon. So
Yes.
that will be very fun. So
Yes, and maybe I will have to have methamphetamine when I think about it.
you're gonna have to have.
Maybe pass on that.
Yeah.
Pass on that.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Nah.
You're gonna have to bring it because Andy's gonna be at one of your tables.
Oh, I'm not afraid. Camera Mendy,
Yes.
you know this is not an area of fear that I have. Yes, I am not afraid.
Yeah, you are very confident.
Yes, and Andy, just so you know, the rules don't matter at my table. So be prepared. Be prepared. The rules are simply as the pirate code, guidelines. Yes. So don't be busting out your player's handbook. Don't be busting out that dungeon master's guide. Yes, it won't help you. Not at all. I'm coming for you, Andy.
He says LOL in all caps. So
Well, Grant is going to be there with Maya. We got a bunch of folks that are going to be jumping in there. Yes. It's gonna be really, really fun.
Grant, Adam Somerville.
Oh yes, Adam.
And
yes.
everyone gets to bring a +1.
And plus one. So
we have
I'm
David.
guessing I know who Adam's +1 is going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be Star.
I have a strong feeling.
Yeah.
Yes, who Adam's
Anyway,
+1
it's going to
is.
be it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I think that's it. And then on top of that, we have just games going during the day, and we have great game masters every time. Oh, and speaking of game masters, why don't you show what someone who game masters 16 hours at the con gets?
Oh yes.
Because this is a big
This
deal.
is a big deal, you all.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's some metal right there. This ain't no plastic piece of crap. Yeah, right. Pound it on my head, it'll make a knocking sound.
You talk about
You want me to talk about the Iron GM medal?
Here, I'm going to bring it up to the camera.
Yeah,
It's
there
a
you go.
con.
There you go.
It's the con. So, yeah, we're pretty excited about this. This is another way for us to say thank you.
Yeah, it's one of the number one ways we can say thank you to, because only one person can be the con, but if you run 16 hours of games at Genghis Con with, full to fullish tables,
Yes.
you deserve a medal because you have an iron butt. And so,
Or it's a pillow, in my case.
all right, yeah. So what we're going to do with these is we only have 50, and we know that as soon as people saw them, they started submitting event after event
Yes,
after
of
event.
course.
And it doesn't have to be an RPG.
It doesn't have to be an RPG.
It can be
a
the
board
side,
game.
side quest board games.
Yeah.
Yes, we're excited because, of course, we compensate our game masters with
Yeah.
various things and money and other
Right.
and
Yeah.
other things like that. But they'll also get one of these too, which
So-
is very exciting.
We are not going to bestow them on people. We want folks like yourself and Luke, and Matt Forbeck, Jeff Richard, Daryl Hayhurst, Bill
Me.
Keys, Virgilio San Andreas, all the people that have been, a huge part of our community here, not just in Colorado, but throughout the United States and in gaming. We want them to bestow these honors upon the GMs. We want them to do it.
They don't know that yet, though.
Well, some of them do.
We're sort of letting them in, right? This is how it works, right? It's called a whisper campaign,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
This is what because my day job is an advertising person, yes? Yeah. So we do these things called whisper campaigns, where we get some influencers to start saying some things, and then they tell some people, and yes, it whispers.
Yeah, we're going to need more medals based on just the number
I
of
think
submissions.
you're going to need more medals.
Yeah.
Yes, just 532 games right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot of games. And plus the Gooey After Dark, and I really do think that's going to be a lot of fun.
I do too.
I think the Goo Done It is going to be very fun. I think we've got a lot of stuff that we're excited to bring to the convention this year.
I think that it's such a fresh idea that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I think it's awesome.
All Casey and Mandy, really.
And Matt.
And
Matt.
and
Matt.
Corey.
I got to give Matt. I got to
Corey.
give Matt and Corey.
Yeah.
Because Corey was the one who came up with the
Corey's the one who's like actively come up with the mystery and how the Goo Done It is going to work, and Casey's coming up with Casino
I think
Night.
it's a fresh idea. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah, I think, and people will be able to play in groups, as I understand it, right, Cameron Mandy? It's not just an individual, one person, right? Don't you play as a group?
Yeah, it's like they're mega games, and
they're
so
but so you have a group. You're the group of heroes or whatever it is, the investigators, right? And that group gets to investigate together, I think, right? Is that correct?
Kind of. I won't go into all the details here.
Okay.
And we're going to test, just to be clear, we're testing this out because we're interested in potentially running this at Gen Con too, instead of doing, because we do these big gooey parties where we have to pay for catering, and they...
and the hotels take advantage of you.
let me just put it
that
this
like?
way.
I hired a different caterer for our Friday and Saturday.
Thank you. Yes, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, because it's really, the hotels really do.
Yeah, and I spent
outrageous.
$400 on a sheet cake, and they can't even get the flavor right.
Yeah, they messed up the flavor.
Twice, 2 years in a row.
And didn't they not put the right writing on it or something? Was that a different convention?
No, this is, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, I think something like this is a great community event idea, just because, first off, people are awkward sometimes and they don't know what to do.
We're all nerds.
Yeah, so getting to
You are never awkward.
Yeah. So how fun would it be to get to interact with everyone while playing playing some card games
Yes.
or doing a murder mystery and getting to interact in that way. So I'm really
think it's
hoping they're
great.
successful. But I'm looking forward to seeing the feedback because this is the first time we're trying something like this.
Very exciting.
It is
Yeah.
exciting.
All right. So tell us the most intriguing story. Really, like if there's something that was off color, that'd be even better. Because salaciousness, everyone loves salaciousness. Or something that you want to share about a secret of Genghis Con, or something that would be interesting to the folks out there about this marvelous convention.
Well, so those stories are really told in the after hours. The salacious ones.
Yes, don't get too salacious.
Right. Well, not more.
Actually, go ahead. Get salacious as hell.
We've talked about the history of Genghis Khan. We've talked about how we came upon it.
Yes, because you actually kind of purchased it and then made it what it is, right?
Yes. There was a time, the second year that we ran Genghis Khan, that somebody actively tried to shut us down.
Yeah. Oh, that is salacious.
What happened?
So without going into too many details,
I can't be frank about it.
you cannot be
Don't
frank
say
about
no
this,
names.
please.
You don't have to say no names. You can just speak to the circumstances.
We received cease and desist notices, which also went to the convention site, which also went to
Tabletop.events.
which also went to Hyatt, and which also went to Hyatt Corporate because of the use of 4 words.
And
But we own the logo.
we own the logo. Can you say those 4
We have
words?
rights to the logo.
Let me see if I can see them, actually. Friday night bar fight.
Yeah. So that
You-
is
okay,
that
I-
is trademarked. Those words are trademarked by somebody else.
Okay.
And they did not want us having that. And so that's one of the salacious
They didn't own the
stories,
trademark at the time. They thought that they did because they had submitted for the trademarks.
which we had as well.
And so they called every hour to
This
the
is
hotel.
so intriguing. I'm losing my shit over
so
here.
hold on a second. So
Sorry.
Friday night bar fight.
We own that logo. That is
I
trademarked by
totally
Colorado.
get the logo, but I want to check something with you because I'm an advertising person. It's very hard to trademark common terms.
Right?
It's very hard. And typically you can only trademark them within a very narrow category.
Correct.
So is this a game that people play?
It is listed under entertainment.
An event inside an event. So Friday Night Bar Fight is, like, for us, there's a nice long story about how it actually came to be, and it's a fun story, but I want to keep it salacious.
Yes. Okay, so you get the cease and desist.
So we get these cease and desists.
And they're calling the hotel every hour.
Every hour.
And you all are freaking out because, of course, you put a lot of money into this thing, and now you're thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have to refund all these people.
Well, tabletop.events got
Said-
the same letter and said,
We're shutting down.
we're
your
shutting
site.
down your site. We're shutting down
So
Genghis
imagine
Con."
all of the schedules for everybody, everybody's badge, everything. Yeah.
And just listening to somebody that knows the person that did that, having told us, I listened to them talk about the planning of this, all this stuff happening. I really didn't know what to say, didn't know how to do it. But they were, snickering in the background every time, thinking they're going to get us. And it was a very,
you can be
very
mad at
stressful
me,
moment.
But you cannot take fun away from other people.
Yes.
That's not cool.
We have a lawyer in the chat who's also the perpetrator.
One of the perpetrators.
Yeah, Escar Goo. But he says it's called trademark trolling. And he says it's infuriating. So
It is infuriating.
Yes.
So that's a salacious story, but
But how did this,
I let it go. That's how it ended.
oh, so you just told them we're not going to do
We
Friday
took
night?
everything that had anything to do with those words out, went through the schedule, changed every event name, and I just said, fine. You're not stealing fun from people. I'll
Yeah.
I would have changed it to Friday Night Booze Fight. That sounds a lot better anyway.
We thought about doing that stuff, but Debbie No, our artist, she's the one who does the mugs that
Yes,
are
of course.
available.
Oh, beautiful.
let me go.
Well,
Hold on.
Mandy's going to have to grab one of those. She's
I
got it right
have
there.
it over here.
I wish that I had remembered to bring the two she gave me last night. So
that are this
Debbie, if you're
year's.
watching, I apologize.
Well, we have last year's,
Yeah.
which I don't think I have one, Camera Mandy, or is this mine that you stole from me?
This is mine.
Where is mine?
You have one. I just don't know where. I don't know where it is.
Somebody stole mine.
The new one says 46, and there's a little bit more blue in it. They're still taking pre-orders, and I think they're still $45.
Let's see if I get back here. If I can see kind of
It's all hand thrown.
the colors are just beautiful.
It's designed by the artist who designed our logo.
Mm-hmm.
We love them, and she's making a specifically left-handed one for me, which I love.
Nice.
I'm not left-handed, but I drink left-handed.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And that I want people to
I'm
see
a
the logo.
two-handed drinker.
Same.
I do
But
lean to right,
if you
but
have the cool picture, I don't drink right-handed, or you drink right-handed and it's facing you. So it's the whole
That's
idea.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Anyhow, so that was a salacious story, but it ended
So
well.
you took it all out.
Yeah.
No problem.
No
They
problem.
rescinded the cease and desist.
No, no.
No, they didn't.
tried to keep
But
the
there was
cease and desist.
nothing to
There was nothing to cease
cease
and
or
desist
desist.
for. And so tabletop events said,
You're
right,
fine.
Yeah, I don't like mean-spiritedness.
This literally happened the Thursday of the convention.
Oh yeah, it wasn't leading up to it. It was the day the convention had started.
So fortunately,
full
most
on
people
panic.
didn't at least know their schedules. That helped a
my
little bit.
gosh.
So they knew their schedules for the most part.
So
that
now
helped.
the lesson learned from that is I export the entire CSVs for everything constantly.
course.
Constantly, I have a constant backup. It reminds me of when I was in grad school and I'm doing my thesis and my computer crashed and I lost it and I had thrown away my notes and I remember digging in the garbage can, literally, trying to find my handwritten notes. And so now I just
I wonder why they wouldn't have
save
filed the
things.
cease and desist a little earlier. Again, this seems mean.
It was spiteful.
Mean-spirited.
It was just mean-spirited. And, we used to have, we still have the same community, and
We do.
the same community is growing. And so a lot of those folks that were in that camp have actually left that camp. And I don't want to say what game,
were-
game
There were some
publisher
bridges
or-
that were burned, and Donald and I have made the last few years. My goal is to rebuild every bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to call me
absolutely.
Donald. Commander's fine.
Commander. Yes, Commander. You have to call her lady then. So.
She is my lady.
She's my lady.
Who sing it, baby?
Whoa, whoa. I can't help that. If there's a song lyric, I'm going for
Well,
it.
that is a very intriguing tale. So Camera Mandy?
Yes.
I just want to check some times here. How are we doing on time? 'Cause I
We
haven't
have
even
5 more minutes.
Oh, we're like out of time. Okay. You need to do a quick commercial for Genghis Con.
Well, we did kind of offer some folks from our page the opportunity to ask some questions. I
Let's
was
do
wondering
it.
If there was any in there.
And we can run over. People oftentimes stay with us when we run over. So go ahead, let's ask some questions.
Yeah, please let us know
if you
if
got
you
some
have any
questions that are
questions.
out there. And while people are thinking of questions, if you want to do a couple social media things, because we probably do owe homage to the snail. Of course, we can do
no.
that next week too.
Okay, listen. The snail. There is a reel that I made. So I'll just play that reel really quickly. Also, I'm just gonna side note that I've been working really hard on our social media pages
Yes.
to make them modern with reels. And I know not everyone loves reels, but it's the only way to get into the algorithm.
It is.
So if you see them, please just give them a like, just because that helps us. And we are actively getting more followers with the reels on both TikTok and Instagram.
Fun, yeah, and we've been doing these goofy things around the office here. It's been fun. It's been
Yeah.
really fun.
So so if I'm annoying you with all the posts, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to break into that algorithm.
We also got to do the giveaway. So hashtag what, Camera Mendy?
Oh, hashtag Mournwood.
Hashtag Mornwood. Put it in, my friends. Put it
Okay.
in right now. Hashtag Mornwood gives you another entry to win the Mornwood package. Yes, do it. Do it, do it, do it.
Okay, here we go.
Hashtag Mornwood.
Okay, I'm gonna show the real snail. I'm sorry, it's like tiny over here. Oh wait, I could make this larger. I can do this. There we go. So yeah, so basically here's.
This, of course, got Harry's rendition of it. Yes.
It is a snail world.
It has
Right
a world
now.
of its own.
It's well, listen, here's the deal. We're not going to have, because I don't want to reprise. Listen, Ed Greenwood is my hero. I mean, truly, Waterdeep in the North changed our table from that point forward. Changed our table.
Yeah.
Waterdeep in the North changed everything. We moved to the Forgotten Realms. We love the Forgotten Realms. I lived in it, right? But for me, I don't want to reprise that in the world of Zyathé. So I want unique peoples that are unique to the world of Zyathé, and that means not doing hippopotamus people and giraffe people and tiger people, although we will have tiger people because Rakshasa, right? This is the tradition, right? But we do not, yes, I love them.
The backwards hands.
The backwards hands, yes.
I don't like them at all.
Oh, look at that. Can you see that in the camera there? That is a magnificent Rakshasa.
That's a Rakshasa tattoo from here to here, here to here.
Yeah, magnificent.
His hands.
But I want to have it more unique,
Yeah.
right? And so having menagerie, right, is very much similar to now what the Forgotten Realms is. And so I don't want to do that. But Escargot will be canon. We will figure out how to bring Escargot probably into Darkenhaven. Maybe even into the
Maybe it can be the pet of a living sponge.
Yeah. Yes, Spongy Bobber. We'll call him Spongy Bobber.
Not to
yes.
reprise anything.
Okay, I have a few questions.
All right, let's see.
On topic, who are you voting for in the snail race? They ask. So, Donny,
I'm not currently registered to vote in
in
that
Darkenhaven.
election.
Okay.
I don't recognize that as an election.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you, Commander.
Wow. Okay.
It is what do they call a
coup.
sham? A coup.
A coup.
It is a coup
In the world of
in the world of goo.
in the world of Goo, Zyathé, you are actual citizens of Darkenhaven.
True.
This is
It's
true.
And you do have sway over.
I do.
But I mean, I kind of get the feeling you're about Jill. Jill, who is the.
Jill is one I would support myself. I only threw my hat to the ring because of the ruse that was put forth by you hatters.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
I
let's-
don't recognize the
And
election.
Commander Donald is actually a royalist.
Oh, well, of course. So you want to keep it the way it is.
Oh, God.
Yes,
That's so funny. Okay, at Genghis Con, how hard is it to find a table for a pickup game?
Not hard at all.
yeah, there's lots of tables.
Yeah, no, not hard at all. If you
Find somebody that looks like me.
find a red shirt, and we'll help you. If you're playing a board game, go to Brad, who's running the Cheyenne Gaming Library.
Yes.
He'll have some people there as well that are available. And Conference Room 5, Open Gaming Hall, and Conference Room, some of Conference Room 2 are all open board game space, or RPG space if you want to do a pickup RPG game. So it is possible.
And then there's the
But I
larger.
do recommend, if you definitely want to play and you know when you want to play, please put it on the schedule.
Yeah, just put it on the schedule.
Please put it on the schedule.
It's okay if you already know everyone who's going to
Yes.
attend your game, right?
Yes.
And frankly, honestly, if you got a couple extra seats and somebody comes up, Welcome
That's the
them.
best.
Bring
That's
them to the
best.
table. Yeah,
Well, a
right.
red shirt will bring you orphan gamers.
Yeah, oh, that's true. And frankly, also, this is another thing. Never be abused. If someone's abusing you, find a red shirt and get them unabusing you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
now, that happens extraordinarily rarely because of the quality of the people who come to this convention.
I can think of, in 6 years, one time.
Yeah.
One.
No, you have. So the story, I'll do a really quick reprise of it because it's very important. So Colt, who is one of our partners here at the agency, right, and one of the partners who helped start Gooey Cube,
Yeah.
who knows nothing about this game, right, knows nothing
Right.
about TTRPGs, none of that stuff, right? We take him in 2019 to Dragon Con.
Oh boy.
Yeah, to talk about
Yeah.
getting smacked right inside
Yeah.
the head for the
That's
first time.
weird that he knows nothing about gaming because he's the one who introduced me to Gooey Cube.
He was the
Yeah.
one who called you, right? He was the
Yep.
one who, he was the one who, right? And so, but he really doesn't. He doesn't game, right? He wants his kids to learn from me. He wants them to play with us. But he says, I just don't really. It's not my thing, you know. And I think it's it's just a bent of your imagination, right?
Right.
It's the bent of what you do. He doesn't read a lot of fiction, none of that kind of stuff. It's just not his thing, right? So.
Donny, you look so shocked.
So he comes. So we take him
A
to Dragon
non-nerd.
Con, and they go to the conclave. You know that big conclave. I think it's Saturday night where all the people come in costumes
Oh,
and
yeah.
strange things happen in the crowd, right? And it's like a throng, right? There's all these people, and he's there, and I stayed home because I was so tired.
Yeah.
So I stayed home. So he comes back, and the next morning we're having breakfast, and he says, in my entire life, I have gone to many of these kinds of things, rock concerts, places where they do all this grungy dancing and all of this kind of stuff, right? And he says there's always fights, there's always all these commotions, and he says, I'm looking around, and there's thousands of people in here, and the police aren't even paying attention. They're laughing with each other, they're texting on their phones, and I look around, and there's no fights.
No.
Everybody is loving each other, they're buying each other drinks, right?
Yeah.
There's many just totally fried people in the audience, and nobody's fighting. And he goes, I am convinced, he said this exact words, nerds are the greatest people in the world.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Because we all got
Yes, we are.
bullied when we were kids.
Yes, we did.
And so most of us got empathy.
Yeah.
A few didn't, but most of us got empathy, which is a beautiful thing. All right, what's some questions? Let's keep going.
Can you talk a little bit about your red shirts and their role in the con?
I'd like to announce the next one.
The next con?
No, the next
You can hear it first on Goo Morning, Zyathé!
red shirt.
No.
Yeah.
The next red shirt.
No.
She's in the chat.
Fair.
Do
So,
it.
Lanny Elks.
Lenny!
Hey!
Hoo, hoo.
Oh, I'm so excited. We love her.
The best.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that is so
So
exciting.
We thought we would steal her before you guys got her.
We can share.
We could
Yeah.
share for sure. No, but we have a longer history with her and her family. So
Marvelous.
Yeah, no,
Marvelous.
she's a phenomenal community member.
Yes.
It's someone whose opinion I really value,
Yes.
and I think she's going to be excellent and so friendly.
So
wonderful.
not having a red shirt yet because she hasn't been at the con. She's definitely a red sash.
Okay.
Oh, it's kind of like being a princess. And we all love princesses.
And that's all these funny, weird ideas. I know we talk about people in the background, but if everybody knows, like when somebody says, "Wow, that's a great idea. I wonder where they got it." Well, we got it from Tone.
Yes, tone still tone. Yes.
Yes, Tone still Tone. Yes.
Who's one of our red shirts? So their role is to help you. That is
Yeah, that's what they do.
that is their role. I mean, they might be sitting behind our merch booth. They might be sitting in the vendor hall. They might be sitting over by board games. They might, or literally, we all walk laps to just check on people. So a red shirt's job really is to help you with whatever it is that you need. Are you hungry? We can help you figure that out. Do you need a game? We can help you figure that out.
How do you become a red shirt is a very, very tough question. It's how much time can you give outside of the convention to support it? And it's those people that do, Dylan, James, Tone, Cole, Matt,
I mean, there's a bunch of them.
Brad,
James, Mike.
yeah, all these folks out there that do it. They don't just do it at the convention
No, they
because that's where they can. Like Chris Martinez, the guy that does our website and everything in between. The convention is where he gets to finally relax.
Yeah.
But he still wears a red shirt.
Right.
So it's all of those things leading up to it. And we don't post like, hey, volunteers needed all the time. We don't post, hey, we've got a job for you. is people come to us and say, what can I do to support you? And they have those questions, and I have some very deep and long answers about what we need. And it's...
I mean, frankly, most of this couldn't get done without people who cared.
None of it can get done without all of them. It's just so hard to do.
Yeah.
Could not do it.
I mean, for us, our community is everything, right?
Yeah.
And I know that's the same, right? And frankly, our communities are a little merged now at this point, and it's just...
Oh, I forgot Evan.
Oh yeah, I almost said Evan, right? Evan actually sent me something. He got something from me very special. He holds a special place in my heart. Yes.
I have another question. How do you pre-order a mug? Can you pre-order
Debbie,
a mug?
no.
Debbie, no. So if you go to our Facebook page, there should be at least one post with the pre-order link there.
Debbie, no art.
Debbie, no art.
Okay.
I don't want
Can
to
I just say that I really appreciate how you support local artists in this area, I see it in the way that you've done your dice game, the way you do your mugs, the way that you just build your whole con around people, giving people opportunities who can't afford a booth.
Our badge art this year.
Local blacksmith.
Local
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
But I mean, even like, okay, so if you can't afford a booth there, isn't there a time on Sunday that they can come?
The vendor hall is free.
Oh, the vendor hall is free.
And free to the public. You can walk in and go. If there's an artist alley tables, we've talked about how to make a Drew, anyhow, Drew is Ed and Drew, but Drew wants to do a art swap.
Yeah, flea market kind of thing.
No, art swap, where I love your art, and trade with local artists.
That's a good idea.
We're thinking about something along those lines.
We just had a very epic wax strip.
Yeah, it was.
I heard that too.
On one of the wheels. Okay.
It's okay.
So we are at 11:06.
Any more couple quick questions before we go?
Is there a LARPing at Genghis Con? And if not, are you open to it?
Open to it. That is something that I absolutely have to have a conversation with the coordinator, because the LARP community brings other issues, and I need the time and space to coordinate, make sure that they have a solid code of conduct. Absolutely open to it.
Yeah, just to be clear, the LARPing community is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a coordination and all of the things you have to do, and making sure that nothing happens, right? And there are some goofballs in the LARPing community.
Just go to the Gooey Cube LARP.
Yes.
The LARP light.
Saturday.
Yeah.
LARP light. Yes, LARP light.
Yeah.
Well, when you speak of Dragon Con, right, and there's a lot of LARPers out there. That was what Colt was saying. He's like, there was some things going on in that crowd that I was surprised about. Right? It was a tame comment, right?
Right.
But some of that, is very acceptable for many people. But for you have children around and other things like that, we got to be a little careful.
We've had LARPs in the past, and we've held them for up to, I think, 45 people. So,
Yes.
But again, it does require a lot of
Well, you think
coordination
about
for time and
weaponry,
space.
right? All of this kind of stuff that you got to be careful about. I mean, this is what you're speaking
Yes.
of, and it is a concern and a consideration, and
Yeah.
it affects insurance and all kinds of things, right?
Yeah, so it brings a different ball of wax that most people don't understand. As me, the organizer.
Ball
has
of
to-
wax. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right, what? Couple more, cameraman. One more.
I'm not seeing any more. I have some comments. No drinking blood of other guests. You must bring your own blood.
That's totally untrue.
Blah blah. I don't say blah blah.
There's just a lot of excitement in the chat. A lot of people are really happy to be coming out. Some people are sad they're going to miss it this year.
Yeah. All right, it's always next year.
Yeah. So come when you can in February. This is our home con, and it's something we really believe in. So.
The snail shall not prevail, my friends.
Someone's asking, what hat am I wearing today? Oops, I dropped it. It's the one that Belinda and Brad. I brought the one that Belinda and Brad made me.
Did you see the coffee cup get knocked over?
I did.
Remember what I said about clumsiness?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm not. I'm just going to cry.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, makes us very happy.
Yeah.
Now, mood mover.
Yeah. You have to tell them. You have to tell them.
That's Bonzer. We lost Bonzer in August. Bon, the best boy ever. So, and
It's
beyond.
hard to lose our friends.
It is, but so many people have honored him for us because he was a con dog, right? So he would come,
Always.
right? And so there's a new con dog in training. She's a little more skittish, but some of you have met her. She'll be a Genghis.
Yeah, she didn't like me this morning. That's okay.
Surprise!
We-
Whoa, 6-foot human!
I will bring treats.
Yes.
I know the way to the dog's heart.
Yes.
Yes, I do. My friends, thank you for joining us this morning. It is magnificent to have you. Thank you to all of the folks who are helping with Genghis Con.
Yes.
The wonderful folks who are coming to make it special. We are so excited. I can't even tell you. We got all kinds of new things coming. Sign up for the Gooey Game Show.
Thursday,
night,
7.
7 o'clock. You've got to look up Gooey Cube first. That's the only way you find it, right?
Yes.
So we're a little shy on numbers right now, but I do believe it will sell out completely.
Yes.
And we won't be able to get you in. And of course, there's a modest charge, yes, or is there no charge?
No.
Yeah, there's no
charge.
charge. So it's free. So you get to come in. You pay nothing, and almost everyone walks away with a prize.
And Thursday's free.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. Thursday's
so
free.
we used to have a $2 badge on Thursdays, but
Thursday is free.
Thursday's free. Come on down.
Free. Everything is free. You know, in the advertising business, free is a really good word. So come be free with us. Yes, haha. Yes. May all your adventures
Be sticky.
be sticky. Haha. Bye bye, y'all.